Welcome back to Forza Horizon 6. And today, I have a little bit of a question for you all. What is better than a Corvette? Now, if you've been watching my content for any amount of time, you may know me as somewhat of a Corvette fan, so on any other day, I may look at this question and give some snarky response like, well, nothing's better than a Corvette. Obviously, arrogant and my bias for Corvettes beaming from my every orifice. But today, I have a different approach. I want to actually find out what is not only faster than the brand new Corvette C8 ZR1X, the most powerful, most outlandish, outrageous, and of course the fastest Corvette ever. Along with that, it is the most expensive Corvette ever, being around $250,000. So today in Forza Horizon 6, I want to set out to find something that can beat the 8.675 quarter mile time, as well as achieve a top speed higher than 233 miles an hour, as those are the metrics that the Corvette ZR1X posts, for cheaper than 250,000 in-game credits. So let's see what we can find. Right, so if we sort by value, we do have the little discount applied, so this 250,000 plus area is technically down in the 237 and a half range, but realistically, none of these cars are going to be able to do it stock, so we need to look farther down. Already, this McLaren Artura stands out, as well as the Maserati MC20, even the Lucid Air Sapphire. If we could get it tuned correctly, may be able to achieve some good stuff. Ferrari 458 is always a good shout. I know this Welcome Pack Black Series would be incredible, but I'm going to go ahead and say that Welcome Pack cars and other such cars like it are going to be banned because they are unrealistically cheap and they already have like extreme amounts of upgrades that you don't have to pay for. So I'm just gonna say that that's cheating. Huracan's always a good shout, as is the GT4 RS. Let's see if we can set a good benchmark. What's a good benchmark? I think the Huracan is a good shout. That's 190,000 for the car. And coming in to the upgrades, we do want to be somewhat careful. All these engine swaps are reckless. We can't even afford that one. We only have 60,000 to play with in terms of upgrades. I think 1,800 to significantly boost our horsepower is worth it. A body kit, as much as I like the Liberty Walk look over the stock look, 30,000 is just way too expensive. Any arrow that may help us, as much as I like the look of it, I always like visually modifying cars, I just don't think that this is worth it right now. Especially adding the extra drag is just not worth it. Would a rear bumper be worth it? Probably not for 5,000. And same with the side skirts. 1,000 is not very expensive, but I don't want to add the extra arrow. So I'm gonna also say that at least for now, drag tires, I'm gonna try and do this without them. We will see if, because they do cost 10,000, so they are pretty steep in terms of price. And I think once we set our benchmark and we keep trying to beat it and beat it farther and have a lower price, maybe we'll employ the use of them, as they are an expensive upgrade, so we're trading that off. I think we're going to stick with our sport tires though. Making the rears thicker is not too expensive, so I think we can do that. Other than that, I think the stock clutch is fine. We will get a race transmission as well. I think we want weight reduction. Yeah, it takes out 630 pounds. That's incredible. And then other than that, maybe just a little bit of horsepower. Oh, that's a lot of horsepower. We can even go the cheaper regular race twin turbo. Yeah, I think we're gonna add a lot of power to this. Because the ZR1X very notably makes 1,250 horsepower. So I would like to at least start as close to that as possible. Okay, we don't need to get a flywheel. We've maxed our horsepower, $33,350 on upgrades, meaning our total cost is 223,350 credits for everything. Let's just go and tune it really quick. Right, so we're going to extend our gears out not too far. We just want higher top speed. We didn't upgrade suspension or any of that. We saved money with it. It is already saying that we will have a higher top speed than the Corvette, which is very promising. But there's only one way to find out. Let's hit up the quarter mile. Alright, so we're here at the quarter mile. We're looking for a sub 8.675. Oh, yeah, wait 11 seconds. It's a nice looking car. I mean, this is just... it's not the flashiest Lamborghini. There we go. Maybe could have waited a bit to shift up there. Will we do it? We do it! We take down the Corvette with about 25 or so thousand to spare. Alright. We have our benchmark here with our Huracan. Let's go and find something else. Not only do I want to beat the Corvette for a cheaper price, I want to find what the cheapest is that we can beat the Corvette at. Let's go find something else. Well, now that's an interesting thought. Why not try and beat one Corvette with another? This is just over $100,000 cheaper. Now we have 102,750. Well, technically that's to beat the ZR1X price. In order to beat our Huracan, we actually only have... So we have $76,100 for upgrades. Well, at least that would tie our Huracan. With this, we are going to need all-wheel drive, I'm certain, for the drag strip. And then our stock engine should probably do the trick. I don't see why it wouldn't. Oh my goodness, we can throw a big 431 horsepower twin turbo in it. Oh yeah, that's massive. Any aero that would help us? We can't even remove that rear wing, so I don't think the Forza wing would necessarily help us. Semi-slick tires already on. I think that's fine. Make them a little wider. Why not? Go for some spacers, as AR12 would call them, engine spacers. I call them that myself, actually, because of him. It's interesting. We will need a transmission, tune our gears. Apart from that, just weight reduction and some more horsepower, I imagine, would do the trick. Okay, we don't need the anti-lag. It's not going to give us more power. Maybe an exhaust, an air intake. Let's see. How much do we really need? Because we can also make up a lot of this with tuning. For now, we're still not necessarily in like super budget mode, so we can get all the horsepower. But we're not going to get like unnecessary things. So that's 42,650, which, if it is successful, will bring our budget down to 189,900 credits. Let's go and tune it. We can tune our aero for speed as well. Oh, that's helped massively. We had a lot of downforce there dragging us back. 259 on the theoretical. And don't you know, I've actually forgotten something. Hold on. I can't believe we just did the quarter mile and then moved on so quickly. We didn't even test the top speed. I guess it was kind of a foregone conclusion that, well, surely we beat the quarter mile time. Of course we can beat the top speed. I mean, the tuning menu even said that we could. But there we go. I guess it was more of a formality, but for the sake of science and completeness, I wanted to get it done. Now, onto our Corvette. And here at the quarter mile, in our, not a ZR1, but trying to take one down, hopefully tuned to go as fast in a straight line as possible. And away we go. Oh, that's very slow off the line. Rather slow reaction time, but I think we've got the power to make it happen anyway. Ooh, 8876. Hold on. I think I can beat that. Yeah, that's not gonna be good enough as is, but I think a lot of that genuinely came down to my slow reaction time, so let's give it a shot here. That's much better. There we go. Good shifts. Good. Come on, get there. Oh, man. 8692. That's still not fast enough. Alright, I've gone and done a couple things in the tuning to hopefully increase our acceleration. There we go. Getting right into it. There we go. I shortened our gears a bit so we can get up to top speed quicker. Oh, 8675. Is that exactly tying the ZR1? I believe it is. That's incredible. But we need to beat it, though. Wow, with about 16 less horsepower, we tied the ZR1. We're probably heavier as well. Alright, let's beat it, though. We need to take down the Corvette. ZR1, that is. 1. Go! Go, 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 go! Go, Corvette! Oh, I missed my shift. Oh, no. Well, that's not very good. Okay. Okay, come on. Better reaction time. Don't miss a shift. All that good stuff. Come on, Corvette. Go. Go, 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 go. Come on. Full power. There we go. 8659 in the Z06. Now let's go test the top speed. I think we're at the point right now where we're in such powerful cars that we can do it on the highway. We don't need to go resort to the 10-mile-long top speed event. I think we'll be able to at least break 233 here, weave through traffic. Here we go. Absolutely blasting it down the highway. There we go. That is 240. Yeah, I did tune the gears to decrease our overall top speed, but increase acceleration. But that is more than enough. So our budget goes down to 189,900 credits. Okay, well, I feel like this is just the natural next progression. Not only is it, well, basically $5,000 cheaper, but it's going to be a lot faster. So we're going to have to spend a lot less on upgrades. It'd be wrong of me to not do the Ultima. So it's 142,000 for the car. Let's go and upgrade it. What we're going to need here. Do we engine? No, we can't engine swap or anything. I think all-wheel drive is definitely in order for 10,000 here. And then maybe removing the rear wing would be a good shout, because that does cause a lot of drag. We'll try it. Then honestly, it's already so light. Is it? Yeah, we can remove that. Transmission. Apart from that, maybe just thicker rear tires. Oh yeah, that's massive. And then so 21,350. That brings it to 163,850. So definitely down on our previous run with the Corvette Z06. Let's give it a shot. Let's tune it really quick. Now, I'm a little nervous for how this thing's going to get off the line. Apart from that, though, I think we should be okay. Just tuned it, obviously. I always hate when it makes me wait 12 seconds. Like, come on, man. There's nobody else here. No one's coming. Just let me go. Alright, here we go. There you go. Good power. Good. Oh, that just absolutely blows the Corvette out of the water. Alright, we're just here at the Festival Kilometer. No traffic or anything. It's not going to take much for this thing to absolutely walk to over 233 miles an hour. Yeah, oh my goodness. This thing absolutely flies. But the consequence of taking the rear wing off is so unstable. Goodness. But we don't care about stability. We care about top speed. And this thing absolutely clears the mark. So we have a new budget. All right, for this one, I want to start off with a sub $100,000 car, simply because we're still pretty expensive here. I'm thinking, like, when we're doing a challenge like this, I want to come to a final conclusion that you could beat the performance of the opponent for so much cheaper. And so we need something a lot less expensive. I'm thinking maybe a GTR. It's basically half the price of the Ultima. We'd have to do a lot more upgrades to it, I'd imagine, but I think that would give us almost $90,000 to play with in order to beat it. Could also go with a C4 Corvette. I'm not sure if that would even work. We could go with the C8 Stingray if we wanted to try that. I kind of like our idea here of the GTR. The Black Edition from 2012. Let's try it. $76,000 for it. We're going to have a budget for upgrades of $87,850. You know, as ugly as it looks, I think it may be a little worthwhile to actually delete the rear wing. I really don't like this look, but I think we need to. Alright, I want to try this right here. 30,600. Let's see what that would bring it to. Did I say 36,000? I meant 30,600. Either way, it's now 106,600 for our total budget, this and the price of the car, if it is to work. Let's give it a shot in tuning. Alright, well, it's no 2,700 horsepower drag racing focused GTR, but it's still all-wheel drive. It's still got a good amount of horsepower, and it shouldn't have hardly any drag pulling it back, so I like our chances here. Off the line, kind of slow. Come on, GTR. Come on, GTR. Ooh, an 8992. That may be troublesome. I've gone and shortened the gears a little bit for hopefully better acceleration, but we can only test it out now. Come on. Come on, GTR. Come on, GTR. Man, I was only barely faster. Maybe we need a little bit more horsepower. Let's see. Okay, we've gone and maxed out our horsepower. We're over 1,000 now, bringing our budget to 16,850. Let's see if this is going to be enough. Right, here we are. This is the probably final attempt for the GTR here. If this fails, we may need to go find a different car, because there isn't a whole lot more we can do to this without blowing our upgrade budget way out the window with an engine swap. But here we go. A little early shift there. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Ooh. Okay, we may be able to do this. Hold on. I think if I can get my shifts correct, maybe a little better reaction time. Here we go. Come on. Come on, GTR. Oh, come on. We can beat it. I've gone and shortened the gears ever so slightly in the hopes of slightly better acceleration. I really hope that we can put this car on the leaderboard. It'd be very nice. That's a good reaction time. Good shifts. 8, 6, 7, 5. That ties it. That exactly ties it. Hold on. Oh, we've tied it. We can beat it now. Hold on. Come on. 3, 2, Good. Oh, come on. Why was that slower? Come on. Come on. Go. Get there. 8692. Why? Why is that slower, man? I'm trying this run. I'm not going to use launch control. I'm holding the regular brakes instead of the e-brake. Now it's raining. We're just getting a lot of wheel spin there. I don't think this is going to be the run. No. Still only a tenth of a second off. Goodness. But now it's raining. Because of the rain, I'm going to resort to trying it in Rivals mode, where we have theoretically perfect conditions. Here we go. Come on. Oh, that was so slow. My time was an 8:09. Oh, why was that so much slower? Maybe that's not working. You know, as sad as I am to say, actually, hold on. Theoretically speaking, we did tie the Corvette's quarter-mile time. Meaning we are exactly equally as good as a Corvette in that regard. Now, if we can go beat it in the top speed, then we will have a leg up on it in one area while being beaten, or no, while being exactly equal in another. So theoretically, if we come here and beat the top speed, then it'll be 1-0 instead of 2-0. Theoretically, that is a W. Come on, put the power down. Put the power down. Get there, GTR. 235. We did it. And just about, man. All right. What was it? 116,600 or whatever. That's our new budget. I want to do one final attempt. All or nothing. We're going with the Honda Beat. For any of you who are not quite familiar with this car's capabilities, allow me to show you. 14,250 for the car itself. Now, for upgrades, what can we do to our little Honda Beat here? Ooh. Okay, so we could throw the big old engine in. I think that may be worth it, honestly. 800 horsepower at this weight. It may be a necessity. We're going to do it. 60,000 for it. 10,000 for all-wheel drive. But we're not going to do a whole lot else, honestly. This thing's already very aerodynamic of sorts. Tire compound. It may be worth it to go up to sport tires. The thing I want to beat here is 100,000. Can we beat a C7 ZR1 for under $100,000? That's ultimately my goal here. I think that would be an incredible milestone, which means that we have about 5,000 more dollars to play with here. Spend that on race weight reduction. Can we get a turbo? I think I'm going to take out the weight reduction. We don't quite need it if we're already so light. 87,000. I want to get under 100. How can I get under 100? Going down to street tires would do it. 84,000 in upgrades. 1,000 horsepower, 2,000 pounds. 84,000 in upgrades plus our 14,250 for the car means we're at $98,250 to try and beat the $250,000 Corvette ZR1. Let's real quickly tune everything up here. Okay, we don't need quite as much top end speed. We need way more in terms of acceleration, that would be fine. I'm okay with that. 0 to 60, a little concerning. These tires may well spin on us a lot. But all we need is a good quarter mile. Alright, it doesn't exactly seem to be raining anymore. So let's see. Come on, Honda Beat. Goodness, yeah, these tires are not grippy whatsoever, but it doesn't matter. Oh, we demolish it. Good lord. We absolutely run laps around the ZR1X. Hold on, let's do top speed. We're going to do it back over here where we did our Huracan top speed test. Why not? This is a nice bridge road. You can come open it up, rip down towards the speed trap. Here we go, up in the 5th, 6th, 7th gear. We don't have an 8th, but what we do have is horsepower. 242 miles an hour, which is obviously more than enough. So we have taken down the $250,000 ultimate Corvette ZR1X with a little Honda Beat and about $80,000 worth of upgrades. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Feel free to try this out for yourself and recommend another car in the comments that I should go and try and beat. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more Forza videos. I'll see you in the next one.